Damn, where my water at? Fuck. What's going on, everybody? Well, ain't nobody in here yet, but for those who catch this on the playback, gonna give everybody a few minutes to get in here. Let's see. I gotta find out how many notifications YouTube or how YouTube sends out the notifications. I need this sent to everybody when I go live. I need this sent to everybody's phone immediately. You know, try to get in between the NFL games so that we go with that. So let's see. We only a minute. Sometimes it take a few minutes to get some people in here. While we wait, I got too much around me right now. Uh, but yeah, y'all know what I'm here to talk about. But hold on, let me maneuver out here without knocking nothing down. Oh shit! Oh, fuck. Uh, Can't forget my water. I like to yap, so definitely need that. We got two people in here. Appreciate y'all, but where everybody at? Shout out Christmas shopping, holiday shopping for those who don't celebrate Christmas. Mm-mm-mm. 2 minutes and two people. We get one person per minute. Let's see. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really necessarily care that much about the amount of people. I know my shit's gonna grow, but I need a chat to get lit at least. You know what I mean? I need. I don't want to feel like I'm. I mean, I could talk all day, but I like the interactive chat. Like to, you know what I mean? Yo yo, it's goody. You know what I mean? I like the chat. That's the, you know what I mean? I like the back and forth because, like I said, I could talk all day. You know what I mean? But I could just record myself, get up on here. But appreciate y'all. Damn, we only had two still. Like, what's going on? Yeah, I know I want to talk about the gamers. We had five. And sometimes I can't pay too much attention to this shit because this should be jumping all over the place. And you know what I mean? But anyway, damn, my hand's kind of ashy. Whatever. Get off topic. Gamers. If y'all saw my review on the gamers, and y'all heard me talk about, yeah, what now, fan? Yeah, what? Nah, yo, the gamers was crazy. Like that's what I want to talk about because, oh, like I was saying, if you see my review and you see me talk about, yeah, you know what I mean, the stock is gonna go down. I mean, sorry, the stock, the market's gonna go down. It is a little bit, but they not about to beat them last couple of 11s we got. I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure that out, but these shits is crazy. Like the demand is wow. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, and like if you tried online, you should have been good. I'm not gonna lie. It was to facts. The hood definitely came out because online it wasn't that hard. I'm not gonna lie, you know. But um, in person, shit was ridiculous. Like I said in the review. I don't know if y'all seen the review. I hope y'all did. But I just figured this was gonna be another 11s release. You know what I mean? Like gratitudes, white and reds. You know what I mean? Like the Columbias. The Columbia. I just figured if the Columbias did what they did last year, they raised the retail $5. You know what I mean? Like how could these be that much different? You know, it's not like they seem to push them anymore. I refuse to believe that they limited them anymore. I still don't think that. We're gonna see with them restocks because I don't know if y'all seen, but tomorrow the Gamma's gonna restock in some size. Well, I believe all sizes, but Gamma's gonna restock, and what's some shits? What's some shits? Black Cat 4 is gonna restock. So we're gonna see more pairs go around, but I'm just afraid with the demand that they have, they might stay at that crazy price. So as of right now, I don't really want to recommend. I don't know what to recommend right now, to be honest, because I'm still shocked at what's going on. But it's crazy. Um, let me see what y'all saying. Have I seen how much the I think the last time I checked, it was like, depending on what size, like 450, 500. Is it any? Damn, I got these big ass gammas right here. If anybody needs a size 12, I'm taxing them. I could do. We figure out a good price if anybody on here wants them. But what was I about to look up? Oh, the metallic reimagine. Um, Let me just see, because that's another shoe that I was just as wrong about these as I was the metallics, and I think this year with sneakers that might. Oh shit, yo, I did not know they went up like that. Actually, yeah, because I think what I said, they was at like 455. Now they did jump up a little bit to since I had last checked. Um, Shit's crazy, and it's crazy because metallics is a shoe that I thought was gonna be easy cop. Didn't grab no extra pairs too much, really. You know what I mean? And the shits ended up being crazy. Fucking gammas. I just knew I was. You know what I mean? I gotta stop trying to predict shit, because you know what I mean. I used to be real on point. Lately I've been a little shaky with the shit. I gotta nah. Should just be weird. Should just be random. But see what y'all saying. Was I outside for the gamers yesterday? No, I was actually not. So I thought about the thing. The thing. So here's the thing. Um, I didn't. I knew they were gonna be. I could tell by the day before, what the market was gonna be. So, I wasn't gonna go out of my way. But I was, if I could grab an extra pair or two. You know what I mean? Um, I was gonna do what I could. But so I tried on sneakers and online at the crib and shit like that. But it's just like it was cold outside. I forgot what else was going on. Oh, I had to return a Christmas gift, or I did not return. I had to like exchange a Christmas gift. So just what I really was good. I'm all over the place. Yeah, I know I go on tangents and shit. Long story short, I was not outside for them. But I did go out, and I was at the mall. I was I was taking care of some non gamers related shit, and then I did see people lining up for the unreserved pairs, and I poked my head in to kind of see if they had any, but they ain't have shit. I really ain't wanna. You know what it was? It was because the crowd was too crazy. You know what I mean? Like if the profit was good. You know what I mean? So if I could get the shoe, easily, it makes a profit off it. I'm with that, but I wasn't gonna go out my way. I wasn't really gonna stand out there like that. I had a pair for myself, so you know, once I'm taking care of myself, I don't be beasting the resale. So um, I just and it's crazy. I'm glad that I did that. There's been some releases where I'm just like, man, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it. And then I be seeing what they go for, seeing the money. I'm like, I should have went out of my way to grab a few more pairs. But this one, even though the numbers on them is nice, and if I would have went out of my way and went outside and grabbed a couple pairs, um, would have could have made some money, but some more money. But um, from what I seen going on, it was just too much. And at that point, if people want them that bad, I'll let people get their pairs. You know what I mean? If I like I said, if I can grab an extra one online like I did, then I'll do that. So if anybody needs a 9.5, I do have an extra 9.5 gammas, and I have a size 12 gamma, so if anybody wants to pay the market for them or close it, I'm you know, I don't gotta be market, but you know what I mean. If anybody wants to pay close to market for them, hit me. I'm negotiable because if you're on my live, I love you. You know what I mean. So I appreciate y'all. So um, yeah, what else? What else? The restocks are gonna fly because they make them public every time. Like I don't know, and I'm not mad at that. Like I low key feel like that's how it should be. But the first Black Cats restock was mad public, and it was so public. They gave us the time, they gave us the sites. Like people were able to set up their bots. Like that shit was ridiculous. Because I tried for that, and it was outrageous. That we, I tried it manually. You know what I mean? Like not and that shit was crazy. So um, and the fact that they're doing the same thing, with tomorrow's restock, it's just out there. Like you said, who said that? Kevin Lippman White. They definitely gonna fly. Um, Matthew Berry, good looking. I appreciate that. That's size 10, 10 and a half on the way. A 14 is 650. Damn, yo, that, that is it's not even funny because like, damn, yeah, it's hard to tell because I want to say with the stock like they can't go up so much, but like I want to say I'm done making predictions on these shits because they just they doing they're literally these shits are everywhere. Like you even see like what the fuck did I see on Twitter? It was I think it was Say Cheese Digital. I think they put was it Say Cheese? It was some kind of like account that posted it that doesn't like post sneaker shit. They're more like I think it was like one of them shits like Say Cheese where they post like music related stuff usually, and they had posted something about the game. Somebody retweeted it and was like, "Yeah, shit is crazy," or the shoe is hot when Say Cheese is talking about it, and that's facts. Like this type of shit you see, hot new hip hop might make gonna make a article about it. Like they're just everywhere. Like and like I said, I mean, we get a pair of 11s every year, and Gammas is cool though. I'm not, you know what I mean. But it's just like, damn, like I did not think it was gonna hit like this, but. Yeah. You know what it is though? The restocks, there are restocks that are easy, but like it's hard it's kind of hard to say this. Like it's hard to find out about it was harder to find out about them, but it's easier to succeed on it because less people know. It'd be the little random restocks, but they're usually small. Like the full blown, like full stock restocks that everybody knows about, always tough because um once a shoe is out and it has a particular market value, usually they only do like when the shoe is out and it has a particular market value, usually they only do like when the shoe is out and it has a particular market value and people hear that, oh, this shoe is going to restock, like they set up their bots ahead of time, and that's where people are already at a disadvantage. You have people with the bots, and then you have just everybody who knows, and everybody who, whether they're doing a bot or manual, a lot of people want them for themselves. A lot of people want them to resell. A lot of people want them for a double up or, for whatever. It's the holidays. People want to get them as gifts. So, um, it's just gonna be crazy. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's the only thing. Like initially, I was saying like, nah, there's so many pairs, like they're just gonna keep restocking, and the value in the the demand is gonna go down. But like the demand is so high that even with the crazy stock, like that demand may keep the price up. So we'll see. This is going to be real interesting to see. Um, I don't like being wrong, so it's unfortunate that my prediction is looking like it's not really gonna happen, but we're gonna see. Let me see what y'all saying. Yes, and it's the same thing. Like if I really wanted to go crazy with these, I could have had. I probably, to be honest with y'all, I probably could have got close to 20 pairs manually. To be honest with you, if I really went crazy, I could have. You know what I mean? Like I could have hit on a bunch. I didn't like this, and I said this in my review. I know I got my review out. It was like the day before, so the whole raffle thing I was talking, wasn't, unless you saw it like within the first hour, it wasn't really like relevant anymore. But I was telling people enter the raffles because the more raffles you enter, and if you try manually, in a couple of places on release day, you're almost guaranteed a pair. And I didn't even take my own advice. Well, I did. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't enter every raffle, but I entered a couple. And the raffles that I entered, I didn't win, and I'm really surprised because I usually do win those raffles. And I'm like, oh shit, like these must really be in demand for me to not win. If y'all are familiar with the FLX raffles, um, I forgot how many boosts I added, but it was only a couple because I'm like, man, this gamma's like it's mad pairs of these. Like I don't gotta go crazy. And they dubbed my shit for Locker and Champ. So when that happened, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because I went a lot on Foot Locker because I got a lot of FLX points. But when I seen that, I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah. And then like I said, I already knew the demand was crazy by then. But then on the sneakers app, who had trouble getting in on the sneakers app? It took me like 4 or 5 minutes just to like check out type shit, like to get my choose the size and payment method and everything and get in line. That's what I meant to say. And I thought it was over, and it's like I said, it was like 10:04 Eastern Standard Time. Shit opens at 10, so I just knew by then. I'm like, nah, it's over. The demand he's got, like, I'm probably too late, and I still got them. So when that happened, I was like, see, I knew I was right. Like, there's mad pairs of these, and I just knew that like everybody was gonna get them, and like the hype was still gonna be there, but that price was gonna come. And like as the day went on, it's just like, nah, they, like like I said, I knew they was gonna go yesterday, but the way they went and the demand they had, the amount of people that was hitting me, I ain't even post game was like for sale and nothing like that. Like I just, I marketed I marketed my review on like I posted a picture of the 2013 pair and the 2025 pair on my Instagram story with the link to my review. Like I was just trying to get people to watch my review. I wasn't even like saying I got pairs for sale and nothing like that. And the amount of people that was hitting me is just like, that's how I be knowing like how in demand the shoe is, because like I don't. If you follow me on Instagram, I don't. I do post stuff for sale sometimes, but I don't be posting a whole lot. For sale, I try not to. I don't want to come off as a reseller. I want y'all to. I want people to know like that I'm a content creator, so I try to make sure I post, all my content. If I'm gonna do any reselling, it don't. I don't want it to consume most of my content because that's not really what I'm here for. Reselling is always a side hustle. It was never like nothing I wanted to, get too big on. But let me see what y'all saying. I know I like to chat. Um, Took L's all over. Yeah, man, I feel like a lot of us just didn't know how hard it was going to be, so we didn't try as hard as we should have, and that was the thing. But like I said, if you tried hard enough, I feel like online, well, not everybody, I can't speak, but I feel like for the most part, because I was pretty successful online, but I seen how I went in person. I ain't even tried, and I'm glad I didn't. Said my aunt hit me up for the gamers. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like this is crazy. Like my homegirl who she don't even be hitting me for Jordans like that. Talk about her man in jail wanted the cameras, and I'm like, shit, like it's you know what I mean, like it's that crazy, like um yeah, Raymond Bullock, me too, because Bugs Bunny is a shoe that I know not that many people appreciate, and I really feel like the way Jordan's been doing shit, they should give them the steel tens, shadow tens kind of treatment as far as limiting them for the release. But I don't know if they're doing that. I feel like if they were, we would have heard about it. We would, usually, as soon as usually when that's the case, resellers love to talk about that because it'll entice you to buy the shoe early or pay the high for the shoe. And excuse me, I haven't heard any of that. So, and we're like a week away from release, so I don't know. They might have a regular stock, and if that's the case, they're gonna be real easy to get. But I don't know. I looked at market the other day. They were like 260, 270, and at the end of the day, no matter what explains the demand, if that price is a substantial amount over the retail on goat, like they're gonna go. Like that's just the times we live in. Like the resellers are so like, I don't want to say there's so many resellers, or it's either there's so many of them, or the resellers that there are that are still doing, that are still doing it, is just so on it, like, because we don't hear about them enough. But I'm trying to tell you, bots are still doing their thing. Like you can tell on certain releases. But yeah, I don't know how the H is gonna do, but it's looking like they shouldn't be that tough. But I'm not gonna be too quick to say that. Like I'm definitely gonna, make sure I secure my pair and not like play around with those. Camera's okay, but we'll never understand the crazy hype when then people say it's the best 11. Absolutely not. Yeah, I was talking to my man's about that. He was saying how, like, as far as hype, like Gamma's like, I think he said like top two or top three or some shit. And at first I was like, nah. But yo, I ain't gonna lie. After this weekend, like maybe, because I'm just thinking like, to me in my mind, like off the rip, off the top of my head, I just figured it had to be Bread, Concord, Space Jam. It's just like top three, and then Cool Gray is number four. And Cool Gray and Space Jam could kind of intertwine. I'd say Bread and Concord is definitely one and two. I don't know which is one, which is two. And then number three's got to be Cool Gray or Space Jam. Three and four is definitely Cool Gray and Space Jam. Columbia, I would say would be five. But Gammas probably, I could see Gammas having a little bit more popularity than Columbia's. Columbia's are classic. They are popular. I love the Columbias. I wouldn't ever put Gammas over them personally, but I as far as popularity, I could see them maybe cracking like number five, but like number two or three sounded crazy to me. But yo, I don't know. Like, cause Cool Grays was hype, but I don't. Cool Grays ain't get this type of shit, And Cool Grays is an all gray shoe. Like that's another thing I was thinking about. Like people be so nowadays, everyone is so big on like wearable shoes, and this shoe is not wearable and shit. This ain't that much of a wearable shoe, if you know what I'm saying. Because like, I mean, it's mostly black, but like it's got the unique shade of blue, that turquoise blue that's just doesn't match a whole lot of stuff, and then you got the yellow, like. But y'all was beasting for him. You know what I mean? Shit just don't make sense. But um, what else we saying? What else we saying? Yeah, tomorrow Black can't restock on full live probably because I ain't getting that title. Yeah, I don't think I don't know if Pines is really gonna go like that. Like I don't know. I feel like they don't got that much demand to really like fly, but we'll see. Especially with the retail. That's another thing I'll be thinking about. Um they could go up. The gamblers could go up. It's crazy. Yeah, like yo, this shit 200 people is nuts. Like that like I seen a lot of people posting about this, and it's true. They were saying it was like, 2011, 2012, 2013 again, like when, you know, you could still kind of like line up for shoes. Like now you barely have first come first. People are doing a little bit more first come first serve, and this release just like kind of exposed that to, you know what I mean? Because every little first come first serve was so packed that it was just like crazy. Like spots that had short lines for releases that I would say is, you know, definitely I would expect it to be more hype. This shit was crazy. My man's FaceTime me at this local spot by me that normally be like not too crazy. Bananas. So shit was crazy. I took L's on Champs and Foot Locker. Um and DSG. I hit on sneakers though. But yeah, like that, I was surprised. I thought, like, I honestly hit entering all of them shits. I forgot I entered DSG. I just knew I was gonna get some. I don't really be winning on there like that, so I wasn't really expecting that. But I just knew Foot Locker at least. Chance be funny sometimes, but I just knew for sure Foot Locker. Um, sneakers, I got lucky on, and that's where like shit just started confusing me. But um, yo, they definitely took dumb long because I was pending for mad long, and that's why after like taking like 4 minutes to get in, I'm like, yeah, took mad long to get in. They take it forever to tell me like I got this that taking forever to tell me if I got him or not. Like it's over, and then when I got him. I'm like, what the fuck? So it's weird. Um, shit. I didn't even know that. I'm surprised that it sat on. I'm surprised that the early access shit sat for hours. They must have not given it to that many people because I feel like by Thursday people knew what time it was. Like the hype was there because um there was one day where they gave. I forgot what day it was. What day they did it first. They gave early access one day and I didn't get it. And then I sat in the queue. I didn't get shit. But I used some points to get some status cash. And then the next day they did the shit again and I had the access that day, used my status cash and and got them. But I didn't. I thought they was gonna fly. I checked out quick, but I thought I had no problem with it because I just checked out quick. But that's interesting. My favorite shoe of all time, probably infrared sixes. It'd be I got some honorable mention. Probably those maybe hair sevens. Chicago tens, Red 11s, Quay 50, black Quay 54 fives. One of them. But yeah, probably infrareds. Infrareds is it. I'm pissed because I feel like I left money on the table. They even trade, but yeah, definitely. I'm not gonna lie. Like you did. Red Concords, Gammas for me. Yeah, it me like I mean me personally like I told y'all like I would definitely put like I told y'all my like top five, but that's just me personally. I feel like a lot of people got Gammas up there because I remember the first time when they came out. People like them. I've seen people talking about like, oh, y'all didn't like these before. I don't really remember that. I well, let me not say that. I do remember a certain amount of people not really fucking with the gamers, but I felt like for the most part, back in 2013, I felt like more people liked the gamers than I would have probably expected. So I feel like they just always been this um loved. Yeah, the iconic release of high school. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean. Then there's always that nostalgia. Like we always like that's always going to be a thing. It's a beautiful colorway. It's not the best 11s colorway, but like it's a nice, definitely a nice colorway. And then when you had that nostalgia in it, like you gotta love it. I was surprised the Columbia sat too, but I just thought it was a sign that they was making too many pairs and the retail was too high. So that's why this time around I'm like, oh, they raised the retail up more, and it's a shoe that I guess might have more demand than Columbia's, but I didn't think it was gonna be enough to really like be this much of a difference, and that shit was fucking crazy. But yeah, not the times we in is really is crazy because the whole excuse me, yeah, the whole like OG being superior as far as like demand is kind of out the window. Like it's definitely gonna have its benefits on certain releases. There're gonna be certain releases that just have that extra little um bit of demand because it's an OG because Jordan played in it. But for the most part, like in general, that doesn't really matter no more because I remember like when I first got in the shoe, when I first like really got into sneakers, like it was the pairs that Jordan played in like meant a lot more to us. It was like, oh nah, Mike played in these like, but I also came up when like Mike had just retired. Or Mike was in his like last couple of seasons of ball. Like you know what I mean? Like think about it. Like now, a lot of people that's into sneakers that are buying sneakers like they aren't as connected to Jordan's career, so they don't really care about what colorways he played in and shit like that. So to them, if they like the colors on Gammas more than Columbia's, then they could give a fuck that Mike played in the '96 All Star game and and all that, or Space Jams, the whole movie. Like, Space Jams might hit a little harder because I feel like even though that movie's old, like kids are still more likely to know about it. But even those, like I just feel like they not like as in tune with the whole history behind the shoe. So I ain't really surprised, but it is like damn, like you know what happened to the way shit used to be. OG Aqua 8. I love the I love the 2007 Aquas. Those is nice. I was going to gain personal pass. I thought more about these. Could have got multiple pairs. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, especially with a shoe like that, as long as you get your personal pair for retail, that's the most important thing. If you're able to grab an extra pair, so to resell and get some extra money, depending on if you need the money or not, like that's cool. But I mean, like that's the way I always look at it. Like I will go out of my way if I need to get my personal pair. Once my personal pair is secured, it's just like I might grab another extra one just in case the pair I got is defective, and you know what I mean. Like that's really why, for the most part, like on a lot of releases, if I'm getting them, I'm always gonna try to grab multiple pairs because I would be afraid that pair that one like I having one pair secured. This like is depending on what release it is. Sometimes some releases it just be tough and you just got to be grateful. But like depending on the shoe too. But excuse me, usually 11s they be all right for the most part. But it's always nice to have maybe two or three pairs secure just so you could pick the best one and then resell the other ones or if you need to or if you want to just return them or whatever. But I know there's extra work, but sometimes the defects be so crazy it's worth it. But yeah, I definitely feel you. 12.17 for a 7.5. That can't be the new shits. Even if that's the old shits, that's crazy. You about to have me look that up. Nah, you playing. I know you was playing. Cause fuck. Unless you was talking about the 2013. Let me see. What the fuck? I didn't even know they had a. Oh yeah, you talking about the 20? Okay, you wasn't playing. You talking about the 2013? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, damn. And last sale was 690. I was gonna say that ain't the last sale. It's not, but still, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like if they coming like that on the old pair, I don't know. I like that lower patent leather cut, but there's a couple things I like about the new shits that shit we could rock out with those. But let's see what else. Yes, sir. Those are my girls too. Which ones you which one is your girl? D Fizz, yeah, the Gammas is gonna restock tomorrow at Foot Locker, I believe Champs. And I'm not 100% sure about JD Sports and Finish Line, but don't be surprised if they restock there too. 'Cause, like I said in my review, there's pairs out there. Like that shoe is not limited. Like, fuck, excuse me. I got so much. I gotta organize my shit right now. I had a productive weekend, I guess I could say. So a little all over the place. I usually have my shit neat by the time I go live on here, but got boxes out and shit. That's the I say that's probably the worst part about having my boxes stacked is that like when I want to wear like I wore my turn is I wore my SB4s the other day. So in order to get to them, I had to take you know this stack this stack down. So now to get to this box, and I always clean my kicks before I put them away. So before I put the stack back up there, I got my fours over there. Got to clean them before I put them over there. So now I got this box in the way. I got some other kicks over here. I got to clean before I put away. So that's why I'm a little like tight, and I'm over here like trying to maneuver all funny and shit. Um, I ain't gonna lie, the Sacramento shit blew mine, man, because like I know they could limit them and everything, but like I just that was a shoe that I really enjoyed having and wearing and knowing that I was not about to see nobody else with them. Like it was such an old shoe that barely anybody owns them, and people who own them was always scared to wear them. So like I really loved wearing the Sacramento 10. So now once they come out, like it just takes that away from me. So I really didn't. I really wasn't excited to hear about that because my pair it's in one of them boxes. My pair is 10 out of 10 condition. You know what I mean? So, and another thing too, like I feel like they just not gonna do them right. I don't know though. They did the steals and the shadows really well, so I can't say that. But something just tells me to just I don't know if they do them, and I'm probably not even gonna get a personal pair because I really just don't need them. But if for some reason I convince myself that I do, I hope the purple like is just not as unique as the originals, if that makes sense. Like the purple on them is beautiful, but it's so hard to match in like a weird way. Like there's even a lot of Sacramento Kings apparel that like doesn't really match it. You know what I mean? Like you got to get a particular like um there's only like particular jerseys that really match it. But I'm just extra with the matching and shit. But yeah, even with the black infrareds, I'm not sure I could have stood out in this cold weather for them. It's been below freezing temps here in Pennsylvania for the past couple of weeks. Depending on the circumstances, black infrared is my favorite shoe. So it it could I can't say, you know what I mean. I can't say I wouldn't do that for them, but it really depends. Like I don't know if you're talking about the ones that's coming out in February, or if you're talking about the real like black infrareds. But my 20, me personally, right now, I got the 2019s and they clean, so I don't really need a new pair. If they was doing the originals, if they was doing them again, the regular infrareds again. But still, my babies, I might just double up. I probably stand in the cold for them. But nah, I feel you. It's fucking freezing. Like speaking of that, I'm not gonna talk too much on it now because I was actually editing a video on it earlier before I got on here. Let me just show y'all real quick. I gotta tell y'all my next video. I'm gonna put this out before my Bugs Bunny review. I gotta tell y'all what the fuck I had to go through to get these Jalen Brunson shits. Shit was crazy. So that's all I'm gonna say for now. We can get a quick little, you know what I mean. But man, what I had to go through was fucking nuts. So like I said, my next video uh might take me a little to edit. I was talking OD, but yeah, that'll be my next video. So check that out. It's an interesting story. But yeah, them shits had me out in the cold. Um, Hell yeah. Anthony Moy, I did not. I was saying that earlier. Like this. I did not expect these to do that. I know Gamma's. You know what? Maybe I just gotta put some respect on Gamma's name because, like I said earlier, like they did kind of they ain't show out like this in 2013, but they did. I remember they had some. They went pretty crazy. People was thirsty for them. Sacramento 10 is gonna be a problem, especially if it's limited. Yeah, they I really feel like they have to. To be honest with y'all, like yeah, they have to, because they did it. I feel like it. I feel like it just did. I feel like it was well done with the steals and the um shadows. There's a couple of possible situations that I don't like where there's somebody who is a big fan of the shoe, might have had one of the originals, really wanted to get the new ones, and like they just get like they're not able to get the shoe because it's so limited and they got to pay extra for it or miss out on it because the resellers is charging too much. That part I don't like about it. But other than that, as far as the shoe's legacy and shit like that, like yeah, just I'm cool with that. For a shoe that's gonna get slept on or people not really gonna buy like that, I'd rather them limit them than them just sit in stores. Because I personally have no problem with a shoe sitting in stores. I don't really care about it, but it's the way other people look at it, and then when other people look at it a certain way, they start disrespecting the shoe, and I don't like the shoes that I like getting disrespected. Like so, at that point, I do in a way care if a shoe is. I mean, I can't say I care that the shoe is sitting or not because part of me enjoys that because if I want to double up, like oh I can get these on sale, like I love that. So I can't say that I don't like a shoe that I like sitting, but there's a part of it that I'm like, all right, maybe I'm not gonna wear these right now because maybe the girl I'm about to link might think like, what I mean, like she might look at my feet the wrong way if she sees like what I mean, if she don't people don't be understanding nowadays, what I mean. Not that I should be chilling with no bozo bitch like that that don't that don't know, what I mean, but whatever, I'm getting off topic. What y'all talking about? Um yeah, Black Cat 4 is restocking also tomorrow. Gammas and Black Cats. And the fucked up thing is they might be at the same time. So hopefully, what is that? Hopefully, none of y'all need both. Hopefully, hopefully you only need one. So that way, if they are at the same time, you can prioritize one because you're not getting both. You'll be lucky to get one of them shits tomorrow because the restock is too public. So, excuse me, I think I'm getting sick. I hope I'm not. I've been doubling up on vitamin C, but my nose is stuffy. So, you know what I mean. That's why I keep fucking sniffling the shit. I ain't on no sniff for sure. Not into that. Um, Road dog, you real as hell for that. Cause you know what's crazy? When the news came out the other day, I was gonna make a post on Instagram of like just like some old pictures of me wearing the Sacramento's. Like when the news came out about the Sacramento's retroing, and I was gonna make a post on Instagram like with some pictures of me wearing the Sacramento's, and I was gonna and I screen recorded that video like to put in as like a slide in Instagram post, and I didn't end up posting it. I'm still probably gonna post it, but like I was looking at that video like damn, like this shit should have more views. Like I actually went in and changed some of my tags because I'm like, why the fuck does this not have more views? Like shit old as hell. It's a good topic. And I was just like, damn, like nobody's seen this. Like I had I had a fun time doing that video, and when I do a video and I have fun doing it, like I'll be hoping that it does well because like then that's encouraging to do more. Like the more fun it is for me to record the video, the easier it is for me to make more of that content. So the more fun I have doing something, I'll be really hoping. I'm like, yo, I hope they fuck with it because then I could do it. Then that'll encourage me to do it more, and then what I mean. Then it's up. Um, yeah, man, the infrared's it. Yeah, yo, the Brunsons was I was blessed, but what I had to go through was fucking crazy. And like I said, I'm putting that video out. So please, when y'all please check for that. Um, really over the Aquas in the playoffs. Bugs Bunnies is tough though. I like those. Those is I don't like them as much as the other two, but those are still special to me. Yeah, the pine green foams. They may never see the stuff. It's funny because pine greens. Every time I hear pine greens, I think of that Wale bar, the pine green foams. They may never see the stuff, and they about to see the stuff for the second time. Yeah. So you good, Air Roof? You know what I mean? Go for them. Go for the gamma double tomorrow, but just don't expect to win because it's cats out the bag. The bots is loaded. Everybody's ready for it, but you still might get lucky. Um, so we'll keep our fingers crossed because it's gonna be tough. So anybody, like I said, anybody who needs a pair, whether it's their first pair, they double up. Don't think you're getting both. Figure out which one you want more, or which one that if figure out. You figure it out. You could think for yourself. I ain't gonna tell you how to think. Um, But remove the crease out of drawer 11 midsole. You talking about like yeah, these don't even got now. You talking well obviously it's on the midsole. Um I have never done that to be honest with you, so I don't want to recommend a way that I haven't tried for myself and definitely know is successful from experience. I'm trying to think. I have heard of ways to do. I'm trying to think of what ways I've heard, but um, I seen some. I don't remember what it was. I seen somebody do some weird shit to do that, but it looked like it worked. But I just never. None of my 11s was ever like creased enough for me to want to do it. So I'd never. Not on the midsole. So I never tried it. So I wish I could give you an answer, but I'm not. I'm not sure. Nah, actually, I got them for retail. I got the Brunsons for retail. Like I said, I was blessed, but the I I don't want to let the cat. I don't want to spoil the video, but yeah, I still had to put in my work. But yeah, I got them for retail for Locker. Shit was I did the FLX raffle, and guess how many boosts I put in to guess how many. I said I was gonna not talk about them no more, but I was just reading what I had said when I bought them before. Guess how many boosts that I put um on my FLX raffle to win these. Let's see. They're restocking at I want to say Foot Locker, I believe. Let me double check. What's going on? Yeah, Foot Locker. They at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 Pacific. So the same time that the sneakers ad releases be. Nah, nah, it wasn't 15. Two, no. I put damn. I was about to get up and get something. I forgot what it was. These shits is crazy. I can't wait to wear these. I gotta get a great fit for these. But this damn, my hands is hella ashy. Like, I mean, but this color right here is just not easy to match. I mean, it's kind of it's not like a gold. It's like a copper. I got mad gold stuff, but like this copper, it's gonna be tough. All right, any more guesses on how many head starts? I mean head starts, boost. You know what I'm talking about. Um, they used to be called head starts. That's why I said that. Like back, I'm trying to think when that was. That was like 2016 ish. I feel like era. I don't know what the fuck made me say head start. I still be saying that though sometimes. I'll be calling them head starts, and I'm like, why am I still saying that? Nah, y'all want me to say it? I got more guesses. Let's see. Yo, they started those back. It's on it's not on not finish line though, but um what's that called? It's not the same, but like sneakers got the little scratch off shit. That shit kind of reminded me of that. My man said 100. I ain't gonna lie, D Horn got the closest guess so far. So I'm gonna tell y'all for these on the FLX raffle, I put in 81 boosts. I had to do the 81 for Kobe. So that's why I think that's why I won. Because and the only reason I did that nut shit is because I knew how limited these was. Um, like first of all, this is I kind of low key was surprised that they dropped these. Like not that surprised, but like when they dropped them, I just had a feeling it was gonna be like they was. But when I seen the way the reservation was, it was a New York stores only. I heard the stock was limited. I knew that like it was gonna be tough, so I had to bug out with the boost. But yeah, 81 for Kobe. I'm gonna wear them. These bitches is crazy. I gotta get a good fit to wear them though. Like with the like this ain't some shit I would just throw on just to wear. I do have a shirt, a fabulous summertime shootout t-shirt with a girl like holding the money and crying, and I think the other girl like holding the gun or some shit, and it kind of matched this. But it's I still need like I need I need something like to really bring this part out, and until I get that, I'm not gonna hold them like that, like hold them, but I'm keep them, you know. But yeah, 81 boost. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get that video out as soon as I can, and we'll hear about that. And my Bugs Bunny, the Bugs Bunnies is fucking beautiful. Like, there's not a Bugs Bunny 8 release that I don't like. Like they're all cool. Like there's not. I can't even. I'm trying to think. I don't even know if I could tell you what my least favorite. I guess my least favorite is 2013. I guess, but even the 2013 is definitely my least favorite. But like I don't even want to say that because I like the 2013 pair. Like they cool. They just I'd say I like the 03 and the 93 pair better. But yeah, 2013 is cool. Um, like I said, 03 is cool. I like the 03. Those a little like those bring out the nostalgia for me. 93 is the OG. Can't go wrong with those. Actually, 03s bring out a lot of nostalgia. I got a couple of like memories with those. So those are probably my favorite Bugs Bunny release. But the new bitches, crazy. So I can't wait to review those, get that video out. So two videos coming this week. Um, I want to yo. Let me tell you, I'm glad you Steph's. Is it Steph's or Steph S? Um, I'm gonna assume Steph S 213 OG. Um, I'm glad you asked that. I did not because so I wear 9.5. That's my like size. My size in Jordans because I mostly wear Jordans. With with any Nike shoe, any Nike basketball shoe, I'm always gonna go a half size down. Like dunks and shit like that, I still stick with the 9.5. But like Kobe's, Kyrie's, KD's, I'm always going with the 10. All my Kyrie's, Kobe's, and KD's, almost all of them. I think I got one pair of Kyrie's and a 10.5. But almost all my Kyrie's and Kobe's and KD's and shit, size 10. The orange KD's. Um, the orange Kobe's, I got them in a 10, and I wore them, and it was kind of hurting my toe. And I'm like, what the fuck, is my foot growing? Like, I need to file my nails or some shit. Like, what's going on? So I thought it was me. Cause like I have the Grinches in a 10, reverse Grinches in a 10, same exact shoe, and I never had a problem with him. My man's, he got the orange shits also. He wore 'em, we were the same size, and he's telling me how his toe was hurting. So I'm like, all right, maybe they just made these shits slightly smaller than usual. Like I don't know why they would do that, but maybe that's the case. So when these came around and I entered the raffle, I wanted they would do that, but maybe that's the case. So when these came around and I entered the raffle, I wanted to enter 10 because that's just like my size and Kobe's like, but I remembered like how my toe was hurting when I wore them orange shits. I said, yo, let me go with 10.5. So this pair is actually a 10.5, which seems fucking crazy to me because 10.5 just sounds wild. Like that's a whole size up from like the size I wear. Like I know I got boxes behind me that's not all the same size. Like if y'all was ever wondering, this 7.5 is not a size 7.5. Like this is size 9.5 Seattle's. I just when I got my first pair of Seattle 10s, this is like years ago, like back in high school. I got the original. I got a size 7.5. This is the box from them. Um, and then I outgrew that 7.5, and I got a half. So once I got that so I got a 9.5, but the 9.5 had no box. So the 9.5 fit me, but the 7.5 didn't fit me, but I wanted to keep the box. So I took my 9.5, put it in the 7.5 box, and I sold my 7.5 without the box. So yeah, this is not a 7.5 shoe. It's a 9.5, just in a 7.5 box. But yeah, y'all see most of my shit be 9.5. These is actually tens. 9.5, 10, maybe a 9 here and there. So 10.5 is crazy. The only like 10.5 I really got is, like I said, I think I got one pair of Kyrie's, and there's a story behind that too. And the Paranorman foams, which, as rare as those are, like I wanted a 10, but when I found a 10.5, I just took what I could fucking get. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I went with the 10.5. So I haven't, like, I can't say I tried these on. I unlaced them and put my foot in them, but like I didn't really like try them on. And when I put my foot in them, they did feel a little big, but I actually gotta like walk around in them. You know what I mean? So I'd rather have a little space. I could always put a force field in here, and you know what I mean, and do it that way, as opposed to having them too tight. I mean, if they're a little tight, I can take the insole out. Like them orange shits, I keep looking up because they're up there. Um, the orange shits, next time I wear them, the insole coming out. It just is what it is. But like, I'd rather not do that. I'd rather get the cushiony insole rather than the hard bottom in there on my foot. So 10.5 it is. Weird as it feels. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I can't wait to wear these. So let's see what y'all saying. Yo, is it that obvious? Damn. Yo, times P1K is funny as hell. Cause yeah, yo, nigga read right through me. Cause nah, you know what? No, I do see how it's that obvious. I keep moving side to side because I'm changing my position. I see it. Yeah, you know what I mean. I ain't gonna lie. The only the reason I'm not using a chair is because the table that I'm using, it's at the perfect height when I just like sit on the floor. So like that's really why, like, I just be sitting on the floor. But nah, you're 100% right. Like one of these days I'm gonna have to get a chair, especially if I'm gonna be on here for a while, and just find a different table or elevate the table to the right height or whatever. True Swag TV was goody. Appreciate you. Good looking. Welcome. But yeah, let's see. We still got 18 people in here. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to discuss. Really, just the Gammas release. That shit was crazy. Um, and we pretty much covered all that. You know, for anybody who didn't hear, the restock is going to be tomorrow. Foot Locker 10 o'clock. Don't expect to hit, but definitely try to hit if you need an extra pair, if you need your first pair, or you just want to make a little money. But really, for those who don't have a pair yet, I'm really hoping y'all can get lucky because, yeah. Um, what else was I going to say? Good looking. Thank you. I need all the subscriptions. I can get all the views, all the everything. So I appreciate that. Yeah, they run small as hell. So it's crazy though because like they had to have started making the shit smaller because like I said, I've worn my Grinches like I've worn my Grinches every Christmas since 2020. Or no, did I might not have worn them in 2020. No, I think I did. Definitely since 2021. Definitely since 2021, I wore them shits at least once a year. And never had a problem with them ever. So reverse Grinch, same thing. Obviously, I haven't worn those as much because they're newer, but like I've worn those multiple times. For lengthy periods, no problem. So the orange Kobe Six is the first pair that I've ever like had my toe hurt, and they're the same size as the other ones. So like I said, they gotta have made these new shit smaller. So if that's the case, I hope I did make the right decision and get the 10 um in the Statue of Liberty. So nah, the restocks are online. So I don't even know if they're restocking in stores. So definitely get ready online. Let me. This is the first time I hit something this year in a while. Well, you hit on the gammas. Oh no, I ain't even read. I'm bugging. I hit on 4 pairs, sold 2 on StockX today, waiting on 2 in the mail. Oh shit. Yeah, you are talking about the gammas. Okay. Yeah, my foot, I don't, my foot's a little wide. It ain't OD, but my foot's a little wide. And but yeah, that shit is just. I don't like when they change shit up like that. Like, don't do that, cause I mean, me and my man's got the fucking size 10 shit now. We should have a 10.5. And the crazy thing is, like, that's a shoe that I could have easily got us 10.5. I got like, I think 4 size 10s, thinking like, yeah, I'm good, bro, good, and we got a, you know what I mean? We got extra. We got double up pairs. I'm probably not even gonna keep my double up because I love those orange Kobe sixes, but I don't think I really need to double them up, so I might let those go. But while we're here, does anybody need? What do I have right now? Um, oh, I said the gam. Well, I definitely said the gammas. Nobody want the gammas right now because they restocking tomorrow, so everybody wants to try their chances. But like I said, if anybody wants this 12, it's here. I got 9.5s on the way. I got fire red fives and 9 and 9.5 for sale. Um, I need to let some things go so I can get rid of some stuff. Shadow 10 size 9 and 10.5. Um, Taxi 12 size 9.5. Chunky Dunky Ben and Jerry Chunky Dunky SBs 9.5. I got Brick by Brick fours 10.5. What else do I have? Yeah, if y'all interested in any of those, hit me. Um, I mean, you could just say something in here or hit me on Instagram if that's easier if you really want to discuss. But um, trying to think what else. Okay, if anybody wants something that's not, Gammas of Black Cats. But yeah, uh, yeah. Like I said, I haven't worn them for real, but based on me wearing the orange joints, the whole size seems probably better than the half size because my toe is hurting. They restocking at Foot Locker. And I would also keep a lookout for Finish Line and JD Sports too, because they like to they might do it also. Let me see if I could send a link. I tried to do that last time and the shit was being weird, so let's see. Oh yeah, no, we could do hold on. Let's see. Any Black Cats tomorrow for Locker, but they be tripping. What you mean they be tripping? No, I'm still crying at what my man said. I need to invest in a chair. What his name was? Times P1K. Cause my lower back is on fire right now. I've been sitting for hours. It's crazy because my lower back been like this. Like, I know none of y'all went to school with me. If anybody went to school with me since like third grade, I was in the fucking chair in the desk, leaning back like against the wall, and I used to get in trouble for not sitting the right way in the chair. And I'm telling my teachers, "Yo, my back hurt," and they like, they didn't want to hear that shit. Like, you too young. I'm like, bitch, my back hurts. Like, I wouldn't be fucking doing this shit for no reason. But they ain't start taking me seriously till I was older. And now I'm older and I done been to chiropractors and doctors and like, um, yeah, I don't know why my should be hurting. Like, it just hurts when I'm sitting down like this. But I feel like, yeah, I've been sitting down for an hour, but like, I'm young. Why my shit hurt? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they do. That is true. Ugh. I feel like people use bots on everything. Like, there are, like, obviously, I know there's probably some places where bots are not going to be as successful as others, but I feel like for the most part, like, bots be eating. Should be crazy. Um, Trying to think if I had anything else to talk about. Let me get this Black Cat restock link in here. They actually have a little countdown thing. If you go to the link, I'm gonna put it in here now. Um, um, all right. Thank you. Did it fucking finally came up as a link. Thank you. Let me pin this shit. All right. So yeah, that's the link for the Black Cats. I should have sent the Gammas one also. But like for those of y'all still in here, what do you, which if you have to all right, when the restock happens, if for those of y'all going for, which ones are you going for? You going for the Gammas or you going for the Black Cats? I just want to see like what shoe people need more right now. Me personally, um I knew what time it was with Black Cats. Gammas, I didn't know it was gonna be like this. But we got 12 people in here right now, so don't be shy. Let me know which ones you need. Unless you're not going for none, which could be the case. 'Cause a lot of people did get them. Let's see who in here. Um, mm, 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 mm. All right. Well, I don't see no. I don't see no responses. So I will say we got crickets. Just need Bugs Bunny and I'm good for 25. Yeah, that's the type of shit I'm on. I guess I'm gonna try for the restocks tomorrow because a couple people hit me after release, asking for gamma sizes. So I'll see what I could do. I'm good for me, so I'll see if I could take care of some people. If not, just get a size and maybe flip real quick. But for me personally, for the rest of the year, just give me those Bugs Bunnies, and because those are nice. Then, like I said, the new shits is nice. They are. Oh, that's what I forgot. I brought that up earlier, but I didn't finish talking about it. Um, I don't know what I think if you go to the bottom, they have like a little countdown. So if you try to like check it out, um, it'll probably like not let you until tomorrow. Wolf Grey Fives Beauties. My pairs actually where they at? Yeah, I still got the originals, so I can't wait. But the new shits with the updated OG 23 font, the updated shape, gorgeous. I can't wait to get those. I'm gonna have to get those early. Have to. And I've actually tried to chill out with getting shoes like early. I mean, some shoes I just have to, but like um yeah, I'm sure y'all have noticed I haven't been getting stuff quite as early. Or I haven't been getting as much early. It's just expensive, no matter how you do it. I mean, sometimes you can do what you got to do, get them, review them, and then resell them for the high, and sometimes even profit. But it's a lot sometimes. But for Wolf Grade Fives, I'm gonna probably have to do that. So I'll probably get those. And University Blue Fives, yeah. When those when those start getting sent to the retailers, I need them. So yeah. What else we talking about? If I were going for either, it would be the Black Cat Forest. I'm good with my white cements. I got my Get Mad shoe pounds. First come, first serve. Easy peasy. Yo, it's great. Did you get it on Shoe Palace online? Cause they what time was that? Shoe Palace had them shits at like a weird ass time. I forgot it was like, if I'm not I might be mistaken them with somebody else, but there was one spot. I think it was Shoe Palace. They had the shits at like 5 in the morning or some shit like that. And I forgot why I didn't cop them. They might have been taxing on the shipping or something like that. I don't even remember. But nah, I don't be using StockX and Gold. They just I, I don't be knowing where the shit. I'm not saying. Let me not say I never use them, but I never use them for early stuff. If I'm gonna, I can't even tell you the last time I bought something on StockX. It's like, um, but I really don't need. I try not to use for early stuff. I don't use either of them. Let me just say that. Um, I have local plug. I have a local plug, and then I also have somebody that's not local that take care of me sometimes with early stuff. But yeah, the only time I would use either of them is like not for anything early. I just don't. It's getting stuff, from a middleman like that in general. I never, you never know where it's coming from, and you never know who's checking it. Um, so for the most part, like I feel like Goat's pretty good at authenticating and being able to tell, being able to wean out fakes. But for early shit, I just legit checking your early shoe is tough. Like I don't know how you can do that because to me you can't legit check a shoe if you don't know if you're not familiar with the shoe. Like for example, if somebody were to give me like you have to trust like when it comes to early shit you have to trust your source. Like you have to get it from a source that you trust. You can't just like you know what I mean? Because I don't know how the fuck whoever's working at Go to StockX is going to determine whether this early shoe is fake or real when they don't have the shit out to, what I mean, be able to check. So I never use them, and that's my advice to anybody. If y'all ever want an early shoe, I wouldn't buy it on Go or StockX. Like you might be good because the same way people backdoor shoes, they would backdoor them on the apps. But just as the buyer, it's just more risky. So yeah, I would never do Go and StockX for early stuff. Always would I would never do Go and StockX for early stuff. Always try to see if you can you know find somebody. Um, yeah, shit is puffy. Where is my pair at? What the fuck? I normally know where my shits is at, but I don't know. I think I told y'all this not last live before last. I'm reorganizing my shits, and I have not. I still haven't done that. Yeah, let me just grab them real quick if I could remember where I put them. Yeah, hold on. Let me see what else y'all saying. Yeah, UNC is. Speaking of, when I go to get the black hats, I gotta grab those because I be wanting to wear those so bad. My shit's all yellow, not wearable because they from '06. I gotta fuck with DTLR again. I stopped messing with them just because like they were just so heavily botted. Like there was just kind of no point wasting time on the releases, and they're not local to me. So like if they do like in store pickup raffles, like I'm not gonna be able to do that. So, but yeah, I gotta check them out again. First around in my city, employees said all the time I was going to raffles. I smell some fishy stuff. Yeah, whenever they start doing stuff like that, it's usually backdooring. I got it at the mall shoe pal, so I was third. Oh, okay, okay, okay. But yeah, nah, cause I be seeing shit on Go and StockX early, and I be like, hmm. But like, there's been a few shoes that I'm like, oh, but I'm like, nah, let me just wait for my plug to let me know, cause when you when you know exactly where it's coming from, and that it's coming from a retailer, it's like, okay, I know these legit, so then you don't have to question your shit, and that's what you know, I like to be confident in the authenticity, so that if there's ever any question, I'm like, nah, these is so 256 out the door. Chicago being the only connector used for early pairs. You just got to get somebody that I don't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. Just I took an L on Gamma 11s. Hope I have better luck on the 8s this week. I cooked last month. Got taxi 12 double in Chicago lows and got black cat 4, so one that ain't bad. Yeah, I think it'll be good on the 8s for the most part. I don't think they should. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Like I was saying earlier, but I don't think they should be anything like the excuse me Gammas or black cats. So you should be all right. I don't. They should be something more like the taxis, maybe a little harder because taxis. I thought taxis would be a little tougher. Taxis ended up sitting, which is crazy. Chicago lows, cool. What do you say? I bought a pair of 2025 black hats on StockX on Black Friday. They were 275 before fees. 9 days later, they were giving me the runaround. Told me my pair was on the way, and then I got a refund. Yeah, it'd be bullshit. You know what it is too? Like depending. Oh, you said you bought them on Black Friday, so probably what happened was you said it was. This is to Michael Tate. Um, if you paid 275, 275 before fees. Even then, you know what probably happened? Your seller, it could have been a couple of things because who knows? But a lot of times on releases like that, when you buy the shoe on the day of release, um, and they sell out a little quicker than the seller thought they would, and they haven't shipped them yet, they'll cancel their StockX order, or they won't straight up cancel it, but they just won't ever ship it. So StockX wait for them to ship, sending them emails telling them to ship. Meanwhile, they're trying to sell them elsewhere. They've listed them on Goat now, or they're trying to sell them somewhere else now that the market has jumped up. So, like if they were 275 when you bought them, you know, maybe you bought them. You say you bought them on Black Friday for 275. Maybe you bought them like I'm just assuming you might have bought them like an hour before they released, or maybe when they just released before that market really jumped up, and maybe the seller just hadn't gotten around to shipping yet. By 3-4 p.m. that day, I think they were at like 320. So he probably saw 325, depending on what size you are. So the seller probably saw that and was like, "Oh no, it's over for the StockX sale. Like I ain't shipping." So that's probably what they did. StockX is probably telling you it's on the way because they might have shipped them. They might have sent the person a shipping label, but I don't know. So without going too deep into that, it's unfortunate that that happened, especially when 9 days later, I know the market was way, a lot more than 275. So you probably had to pay extra to get another pair. So that's ass. Gamma 12s are slept on. They should have retro. Yeah, Gamma 12s are nice. I feel like low key they might have been better without the red in them, but like they still cool with the red, but like they just I feel like if they would have just did like black and blue, that would have been, or the black and blue and yellow like the 11s is, that would have been crazy. I told bro I was gonna show him the fours. Where the fuck are they at? Hold on, let me see. What y'all saying? Any different brands you've been buying other than Nike or J's? Not really. Other than Nike and Jordan, only other brands I really wear as far as sneakers is I wear Bape sneakers, Bathing Ape sneakers, and I fuck with my Iversons, my Reeboks. I mean those like the Reebok questions and answers, the Iversons. That's pretty much it. Other than that, pretty stay in my stay in my lane, stay in those lanes. Resale on StockX is crazy. Definitely is. Yeah, the Gammas is restocking tomorrow. Wolf Grays is January 20 something. Let me see where my phone at. While I look that up, I'm gonna go look for these black cats and then I'll be right back. Ah, shit. Ugh. Where the fuck are these at? I just wore these too. So this is why. Oh, here they go. This is why I keep my sneakers organized because like people be seeing I got a lot of kicks and they be like, "How do you know where where everything is?" And like I could have twice as this. I could have twice the amount of sneakers that I got, and as long as they organize, I'm always gonna know where everything is at. But as you can see, right now when they're not organized, I don't know where everything's at. So, all right, this was what was bro's name? Michael Tate. He wanted to see the Black Cat's tongue. So this shit, I ain't gonna lie, especially after seeing the new bitches a lot. This shit, it really don't look that bad, I guess, by itself. But like, let me see what angle really shows it. This shit thick. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to get used to the camera on going live. Everything opposite. Yeah. So that's the tongue on these shits. It really does not look nearly as extreme like when they're on foot. Like right here, right here, it looks big. Especially if I had the 2025 pair right next to him. Like if you look at my review or my reel that I posted on Instagram and TikTok, the tongue, this shit just looks obese compared to that other shit. But by themselves, it don't look that bad. I mean, it doesn't look bad at all. It doesn't look that fat. And then on foot, like especially like your foot's gonna widen this out a little bit. Not like that. It's a bad example, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like your foot goes in here and they're gonna look fine. But that's that's that tongue. Uh, let's see. Put these back because I already have enough shoes out that I need to put away. I got like 10 pairs out that just need to be cleaned and put back in the box. So, tiptoeing around shit. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, Wolf Grays. It's like January or February for the Wolf Grays, so it's around the corner. It ain't too far away, but um Wolf Grays. Oh, it's not January. February 28th. Damn, end of February. It's not as soon as I thought. Um, that's why none of my plugs got on me. uh, oh yeah, let me see what y'all saying. Yeah, it be like that. Like people be canceling, and I've done that too. And part of me feels like I remember doing that. I remember doing that and like kind of feeling like almost bad in a way for the buyer because I'm like, damn, like I'm about to fuck up this buyer's like situation. Like, and I always think about like me because like I always put myself in that person's shoes, and I'm like, damn, like if I got this good price on a shoe, I'm looking forward to it, and then they got me waiting, and then a couple of days later, I find out my shit's canceled. I got to get refunded, and then spend more money to get the shit again. Like, I always be thinking about that, but then I also be thinking like on the same side, like if I don't think about the buyer, I'll be thinking about like StockX or Go, and I'll be like, man, you know how many times they've canceled this or they've done that to me, like. But so if I really so when you need to, when it really benefits you, I get it. You know what I mean? But depends on which way you look at it. Because I always like to, think of things different ways. But I feel that, and especially if you in a situation where you sold them, and then you thought about like, nah, I want to keep these. Definitely keep them bitches. Fuck the app. Fuck the other person. Like, if you want them, wear them shits. Like, I'm crying. What he said. It's only I don't know if they're restocking in stores. Like, I want to say no, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Oh yeah, I gotta put these black cats away. Let's see what y'all said though. I was laughing because this bro said the price will go down as soon as all the little Timmies receive their pairs from sneakers. I agree. I just don't know how much, because that's what always happens, and that's what I thought. That's what I've been telling people. Like, yo, chill out. Gamma's gonna be easy. Just wait for them to restock. Wait for them to, wait for the more pairs to float around. Wait for that sellers competition to kick in and drop the market. But I just feel like the demand is so crazy, they might not drop that much. You know what it is? It's because they're already so high. Like, the bitches is. Let me look now, because I feel like they're going up $10 every 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, last time I checked, they was like 375 on Go. I think shits might be 400 now. Let's see. Yo, a size 12 is 406. Yo, I might sell these bitches on Go. 406 for the cameras. And you know what? This is the fucked up thing. They're gonna restock tomorrow. People are gonna take L's, and they're gonna run to the apps and buy them. And that price is gonna they might be like 415 tomorrow. This is crazy. I'm But the 9.5 is still three, all right, 373. Yo, what the fuck, man? I What up? You buy Timberlands? Nah, I don't buy Timberlands. Yeah, I could have sworn Wolf Grays was January, but I be hearing so many release dates, and there's so many shoes coming out. I be thinking I'm confusing shit sometimes. I wear lugs to protect my feet on the freezing cold weather. You smart. I wore fucking um 2013 Gamma 11s today in the snow. Not the pair that I used in my review. Those is my clean shits that I wore. I actually got a pair of, like, they're not beat, but they're in like the kind of condition where I could and would use them to shovel snow. I actually even played ball in them one time, but I usually use them to shovel in, because 11s is like boots, low key. So yeah, I actually, it's funny. I wore those. I posted them on my story and on Instagram, and people's like hitting me like, "Yo, you wilding?" And I'm like, because like the snow on the shoe, you can't really, like. I mean, they kind of they look good enough. So, like, especially when you got when my feet in the snow, you can't really see that they not like they look like they might be like, you know damn near DS. So people's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And it's just like, "Yo, relax, y'all. These are my boots. These are my winter boots." You know what I said I was gonna do, and I didn't fucking do it. It's still time for me to do. I said I was gonna get the big red boots, and that I was gonna get those to shoveling, and I still didn't. So if any of y'all got the big red boots in the size 10 and y'all want to sell them, I would dead ass buy 'em. I prefer them. They gotta be DS though. I don't think I want those used. They don't even like. They're not even expensive like that for me to um do that. But let me see what y'all saying. Wolf Grace, to my knowledge, is gonna be GR, but I don't know. I haven't heard too much. I haven't heard any information on those yet, other than the fact that they're coming out and that it was gonna be, um, early winter. Well, that's gonna be winter 2026. Let's see. Oh, y'all was in here talking. Okay, I like that. The chicken and boots on Yeah, it's crazy. People was like arguing on my TikTok comments about the quality, and like people was like, "Yo, this quality is better. That's quality. That quality is better." But I think you're the first person to say they look like SBs, and I know what you're talking about because the SBs do kind of got that like chunkier look. All black Jordans are insanely overrated. Sorry for the unpopular take. Nah, I feel that. Like, all black Jordans are overrated. I'm with you on that. Um, Hold on, I lost my spot in the chat. I'm trying to spot on. Damn, where'd that message go? Oh, there you go. All black Jordans are insanely overrated. Sorry for the unpopular take. Nah, I'm with you on that because all black Jordans are cool. They are essential. And I can't even say they're essential. They are almost essential because I went a while without having an all black pair of Jordans, to be honest with y'all. So I can't even say they're essential. But it's cool because you can just wear them with almost anything, and you'll be able to pull it off. However, shit like 2020 Black Hats going for $1,000, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, they should have never been that much in demand. You know what I mean? Like, so when you look at it like that, I definitely think they are overrated because, yeah, they're cool. It's nice. The four silhouette is cool. It's the hottest Jordan model. It's the hottest Jordan model. All black version that you can wear with everything is cool, but like, it should have never been that crazy. And I just, yeah, they're I agree with you. Um, Never trust StockX and Go. UA pairs are getting because of their laziness doing quality control. Yes, and that's kind of goes along with what I was saying. Like, in general, you can't completely trust them. Like I was saying, like, for the most part, I would say from my experience with Goat, they have been good with legit checking things, but I, they're not 100%. I've You know what I mean? Like, um, and that's just the fakes are getting too good. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I know y'all have heard about StockX and them passing through fakes and shit like that. And I don't think any of these platforms are doing it on purpose. You know what I mean? Some people get the misconception that like StockX purposely sells fakes. I don't think StockX would ever purposely sell you anything fake. If any either of these platforms sells you any reps, like, I think it's a mistake. But the problem is, it's very possible for we're all human, and they have humans working for them. And I don't know what kind of training they go through. I don't know how long they train for before they start passing shoes through. But like, people can make mistakes, and these fakes are so good that it's easier and easier for people to make mistakes. So the minute it's you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, and I don't know how much they pay in there, but it's just like, yeah, like, it's very possible um for people to make that mistake. So yes, you are 100% right. You're always taking a risk going through them. Like, so that's why I was saying earlier, like, I'm absolutely not doing no early pairs, like, because you don't even got nothing to really legit check with. Even when you have stuff to legit check with, some of the fakes are so good it's hard to tell. So should be crazy. Toro sixes have been on my mind. Go grab them. I don't think they going for nothing crazy. I don't think Toro sixes. They are lazy checking 10,000 pairs. They just pass it right away. Sometimes, because I ain't gonna lie, I feel like my should be sitting there sometimes, especially StockX. And what's funny is StockX has been, like I said, has been in more shit for making those mistakes. And also, I heard somebody that used to work for StockX told me that I forgot what the time frame was, but they had like a limit on how long like they could take to legit check something, and whatever it was something crazy. Like obviously, like you don't want to be there all day legit checking one shoe, but like it was something stupid like a minute or two, something like if you think I'm about to legit check a shoe in certain shoes, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I could definitely legit check them in a minute, but like there's some other shit where I need I no. I can't be sure that in a minute. I need to look at certain shit. I need to compare certain things. A minute? Like nah. So yeah, that shit like that make me nervous. You know what I mean? Like so more and more like as reps get better, I will do like when I want a shoe, I'm really trying my best to get it from a retailer. And even if I don't hit necessarily for retail price, even if I gotta pay extra, for a retailer to backdoor it, or you know what I mean, or to buy from a reseller that maybe I trust is 100% getting their pairs from a retailer or something of that sort. Like that's the route that I be trying to go with these shoes nowadays. Like I will actually, and I used to hate like the resellers that would charge like substantial amounts like over market, just for the whole like convenience thing. Like, oh, I got it right here, you don't got to worry about the shipping or anything, because I'm a patient person. If I want a shoe, 9 times out of 10, or maybe 8 times out of 10, because sometimes I be want to wear shit, but a lot of the times I'll be patient. I could wear the shoe next week. I could wait 2 weeks for them to go through, what I mean, for them to get shipped here, whatever like that. But if if I gotta question the authentication now, because I don't know where they coming from, and I don't know I don't know what middleman is that, this is checking for me through this app. Um, I'd rather pay the extra. I'd rather pay whatever the reseller's charging. If I know, for example, like yeah, like this person's plugged in here, and what I mean, I gotta know for sure. But like, yeah, if that's the case, I'd rather do that, because this shit is scary out here, and the reps is just getting too good. And I know we have the people who say, "Oh, well, if they're too good, who cares?" I care. I've been doing this shit way too long. I put way too much time, blood, sweat, and tears. Not necessarily blood, sweat, and tears. I'm gassing it. Definitely some sweat though. No blood, no tears, but I put in my work into this shit, and I've grown my collection. And I'm not about to go that route. But on this cell phone, fake second, shit crazy. Out there, shit. Well, my shoes are Foot Locker. Then employees on StockX. Can you show the last Bugs Bunny Eats before you do the comparison video? I had to pay resale. Yeah, I can. I had to pay resale for them. Gamma sold out everywhere, and those lines were crazy. Where sneakers at? What sneakers? Um, B Bell. What sneakers you talking about? Insane rep quality. Facts. The rep quality is up there, so shit's spooky. Yeah, man. They really some literally last resort type shit, because, and it depends on what it is, but like I actually feel more comfortable buying like older shit, because number one, I feel like there are less fakes of older shit, because the fakes that were made back then were way easier to tell, and nobody right now is necessarily making fakes of really old shoes. So if I'm getting something old, early 2000s, 90s, or something like that, I feel a little bit more comfortable, because even though it's a pain in the ass dealing with their customer service, like um even if they don't know what the fuck they doing, like I just feel like it's a lot easier um um to tell on older pairs. So um but when it comes to the new shit, nah. No, should be crazy. Bugs Bunnies. Yeah. What else was I was about to stand up and get something. I'll put these away. Uh ooh. Shit. All right, y'all. We back. Oh, about to fall. Yo, I gotta clean my shit next time before I go live because I'm over here looking crazy. Oh, I meant to get the charger. That's what the fuck I meant to do. God damn. You know what? Fuck this. Getting that shit. Bugs Bunny's here. You know, classics. Yeah, I can't wait to do a video on these because I just got nostalgia stories. The stories is not actually one of them is kind of interesting. One of them isn't really that interesting, but just brings the nostalgia out for me. But yeah, these are the old shits. Now, I always like to try to hold on, just get my video done so I can always push people to the video. But since we're here and I have them, and I appreciate y'all for being here on the live with me, we're gonna take a little sneak peek at the new pair. So this is the 2025 pair. This is the 2013 pair. Let me put these on top so that because the bottom is still clean. So yeah, little difference. We'll go over the difference in detail. In my review, you can see these are a little discolored from age. I didn't even, it's crazy. I low key didn't even notice that you know, how yellow, how low key didn't even notice that you know, how discolored this was until I seen this here. But these are beautiful. Like these is cool. Like I was saying earlier, I like all the Bugs Bunny 8s, but these shits, this live camera quality. Actually, nah, I look alright up front. I mean, up close. So I was gonna say the live camera quality don't do it justice. But when I get my regular camera on these and we do the up close footage, y'all gonna see these shits is beautiful. Leather's nice. Let's see what y'all saying. Hold on, let me put these away. I'm feeling claustrophobic right now. Flight Club sent me fake AJ4 fears. Luckily, I complained the box was damaged and they gave me a full refund. Dang. Yeah, fucked up thing is like Flight Club was one of the like I mean, Flight Club was one of the OGs. Like I got a lot of pairs from Flight Club like growing up, like back in the day. But now they partner with Goat, and so if you don't trust Goat, can you really trust Flight Club? Probably, like, is in a weird way, probably you can trust Flight Club more than Goat still. But like at the end of the day, they're still kind of together. So yeah, legit checking for 10 seconds. Like, yo, whatever it was something crazy. When I got my retail JD pair, everything was different, including the tongue guard. Kiku and Fly Kicks red pairs are so hard to shit. I try to buy from the local mall reseller if I miss it. Yes, yeah, that's another thing. The local mall reseller, that's a perfect example. I should have said that earlier when I was talking about the local mall reseller is another one. Like if I don't know nobody who I I damn near know exactly where you got your pairs from, and I don't have no like back door from a retailer. Like I will have no problem going to the mall. I haven't. Damn, I can't even tell you the last time I did this, but like, get your ass out to the mall and literally stand at a store that has like like a Foot Locker that does in store pickup for raffles. People are gonna be walking in and out with their retail pairs, and half the people getting them shits is gonna be resellers, or at least you know what I mean, at least a decent amount. Stand out there, and you're gonna have to you know put in your footwork, but you can find them, and that way they're legit. You seen them just walk out the store. Nobody's walking in the store with fakes, and I mean shit. I guess they could, but nobody. You would have seen them. You know what I mean? They could give you the receipt. They was there. You get what I'm saying? Um, how many shoes you have in your collection? I got like I got to count, but it's like three, son. You cop on eBay. Kind of look at eBay the same way as I look at Goat. Like you know, I'll do it, but it's really not my. It's definitely not my go-to. More so for older pairs. Like yeah. But I mean, it depends. It depends. Um, but yeah, eBay. Like I said, I just don't completely trust none of these places. So that's the problem. Man said trade my Shaq shoes from Walmart for a pair of Jordans. Um, I only buy custom Jordan 3. Yo, Foot Locker, it varies because they be shipping from different locations, and sometimes I will say though they gonna take their sweet ass time. Like normally, like a business day or two. Um, Once they actually get the shit like out there, usually doesn't take too long because they normally do UPS, but it also depends on where they're coming from. I forgot. I had a pair of black cats come from I think it was it Foot Locker? No, actually no, that was never mind, that was JD Sports. Shipping from fucking Tacoma, Washington. I'm like, out of all places in the world, that was like I could have yeah, they had the shit from there. Um but yeah, if you hit something on Foot Locker like this weekend, you should have it. Well, it's hard to tell because everybody's mail is different. Like I know if I hit something on Foot Locker on a Saturday, I'll probably have it by like Thursday. Usually, but it varies though, because I sometimes I have it by Tuesday, sometimes I have it by Thursday, sometimes I don't have that shit until Friday. So it really depends on what Foot Locker location they ship from. But good looking. I mean, I think Nike Tech's still cool, but I'm also like I really don't be following the crowd. So like I know the whole like um I know the whole we not doing Nike Techs, we doing quarter zips and matcha. I know that's the whole thing right now. It's funny, it's jokes. I could give a fuck about that. Like you know what I mean? Because I think I think the fact that anybody's even thinking about Nike Techs being dead is from that. Um, and if people gonna take that and run with it, cool. But I still think they cool. You know what I mean? With certain fits. I will say though, they have gotten a little like Like I do see him a little too much. You know what I mean? Like it's you see him all the time. But I mean, they still valid. Let me just say it that way. You know what I mean? But I have seen him a lot. Like if you're really trying to get fly, maybe don't do the tech. You know what I mean? Tech is very calm. Tech always was very calm. So you know what I mean? But I would say they're getting old, but I wouldn't say they're um I don't want to completely say they're played out yet. I mean, you kind of could say they played out because a lot of a lot of people have them, but I just they still valid. I guess that's the best way to say it. Um, I also, like I was saying, I hate to feel like I'm following the crowd, like just because some shit went viral and everybody saying we not doing those no more. Because a lot of these people saying this shit, they was not wearing quarter zips before. I was actually wearing quarter zips before this shit um became a thing. So I don't know. I like both though. Um, nah, I didn't get the reflection of champion. To Jordan sweatsuits. Those is cool, but I ain't gonna lie. Like in 2025, those is not gonna sell. Like, oh, but let me not say they're not gonna sell. I who knows? Because I ain't think Gam, I ain't think Gam was gonna sell it. Nah, they're not gonna sell though. But I would say like that's just some shit that's like I feel like it's real nostalgic. It was hot when it was, but I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. The right person bring it back. They could bring it back because shit was fire before. But they got to bring it back the right way. Because I feel like if they just kind of put them out, people gonna be like Jordan sweatsuits in 2025. So, but nah, that is them shits was hot. What else we talking about before I get up out of here? I gotta get my hair done. I gotta get my Sundays straight where I get my hair done before this shit so I could yap all night on here. Now, it might also be a good thing. I'll be on here for 4 hours talking, which is cool. I like to talk, but we can save some for next week. Mm, 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 mm. One of these, not. Let's see. Next weekend is the 21st. So I'll probably put it up ahead of time. But we're gonna have a sneaker of the year discussion, and I'm not doing that next week. Even though like after next week, I feel like the Bugs Bunny 8s is really like the that's really it for the year. However, I'm gonna give every shoe a chance. Every shoe, no matter how whack the shit is, no matter how much I know it has no type of contention for sneaker of the year, I'm giving every shoe a chance to release. And then the last Sunday of the month, which is the 28th, we're gonna talk about we're gonna have a sneaker of the year discussion. And the reason I'm so heavy on that is because I had this thought before. I don't think I ever said it in a video or anything. I might have said it to somebody in discussion. Um, but people was way too quick to talk sneaker of the year. I'm pretty sure it was like fucking September, and Complex came out. I don't know if it was September, but whenever Complex came out with that, first of all, I've been hearing people say sneaker of the year since like March and April. Like you know what I mean? Like I know when the bricks came out, they was hot, and they still might actually be sneaker of the year. But like for people to be talking about that in March was fucking ridiculous when we had so much shit to come out. Um, but then even after like undefeated, even after like the whole summer had came around, and we had undefeateds and a lot of other crazy releases in August and September. For them to come out in like the fall, I forgot exactly when it was, but when they came out like almost a season ago, and gave us sneaker of the year, I'm kind of like, damn, like there ain't nothing else dropping for the rest of the year. Like I know, like Bugs Bunnies is regular and Gammas is regular. At least I thought Black Cats is regular. Like, even though all these like from Black Friday to now releases was kind of, not the Kobe's, but you know what I'm saying. Them three I named was just regular. Like, the Black Cats made noise. They not sneaker of the year, but I don't think they sneaker of the year. But like, you get what I'm saying. Gammas just shook the world up, and I don't think they sneaker of the year. But I did hear somebody say that yesterday. Like, yo, this is sneaker of the year. So we're gonna have a discussion on that because I feel like everybody has a different definition of that, and I want to dissect that topic and see how everybody feels and tell you how I feel about it. But we'll save that for week after next. Next week we'll talk about how the Bugs Bunny release went, in comparison to what we thought, what we expected. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, so good luck on the restock tomorrow, everybody. Remember, it's at 10 a.m. at Foot Locker. And don't forget to check JD Sports and Finish Line as well. If you check out Soul Links on Twitter, they'll they'll be tweeting all day about like what places have them. So you can check them out. That's always a safe way to go. But yeah, just know that these restocks going to be bot infested. So don't expect nothing, but still give yourself a try. Um, give yourself a chance to maybe get them. So I appreciate you all coming in here, chatting it up with me. It's another great live, another week. Like I said, we back at it next weekend. I might come up with some new things to throw in here to make it a little bit more exciting. Maybe some, I don't know. I'll brainstorm it up and we'll try it out and go from there. Because I'm still experimenting with this whole thing. This is still trial and error. But I appreciate y'all being here with me and you know like I said, chatting it up and making this possible. Because without y'all, I can't be in here talking to myself. So thank you all for coming through, being active, chatting with me, being responsive and all that good stuff. I really appreciate that because it's just fun. So I will see y'all next week. Like I said, I got that Brunson pre Kobe's video coming soon, followed by the Bugs Bunny video, and then we'll be live again next Sunday. So I'll see y'all in one of those, hopefully all of those. Everybody have a good night.